Manga!
Done! YetiCast, you requested it and you get it. Pretty much immediately after the Indiana Jones review last time. Fair warning, it's gonna be a weird one. I got this comic in 1990 for my 9th birthday, along with a pre-read, pre-torn copy of Cracked Magazine. Probably this one. From my cousins. When you see the artwork, maybe you'll understand why I have a hard time in my head separating this issue as being a serious Ninja Turtle story from just being a parody of the Ninja Turtles appearing in Mad Magazine or Cracked. So there's not a whole lot to say here other than everyone loves the turtles and let's jump into it. An intro by Kevin Eastman. This issue appears to be a guest spot by the creators of the comic Roach Mill, which I absolutely have never heard of. Published by Blackthorn Publishing and Dark Horse. Huh. This cover looks perfectly at home in the same universe as Cool World. I'm tired of playing around, Joey. Boom! Splash page. A combination of Stallone and Schwarzenegger that's seen better days. Amazing looking. Toidle anxiety. Comic slaves. Kevin mentioned in the intro that the Roach Mill guys are known for adding little scenarios throughout the backgrounds of their art, so we'll be on the lookout for that stuff as we go. Look at these mooks. Sorry, I've been watching The Sopranos. Is this supposed to be Mickey Mouse? I approve. So Tony Soprano here has his thugs roughing this guy Joey up, demanding to know where his shipment is and his cut, as Joey explains what happened. Character model seems a little off here. Joey says he was taking the normal route when suddenly there's a thud on the roof. Hi, Bob! This upside down writing initially confused me, but I like it. He loses control and smashes into a car. Pulling out an Uzi, he unloads.
When in doubt, start shooting.
There's no Uzi. What was I thinking? Joey gets out of the van to survey his kill, but there's no one there. Vito's comic shop? Are they using a comic shop in the early 90s as a front? That seems horribly unprofitable. Although, Death of Superman came out in 1992 and led to a huge speculator market, where people saw comics as investments. Actually, this is brilliant! The idea that in 2 years they're peddling bootleg Superman 75s, or counterfeit holographic and foil covers. Okay, I love this idea. Aw man, I used to have some of these hologram X-Men covers. I wish I still did. Moving on! Joey's hit in the back of the head by Raphael's sigh. He's delirious as an army of Toidles run past him and drive off in his freaking van? What the heck? Did the Toidles really just carjack this dude? For what purpose? Unless they're thinking of selling those sweet bootlegs themselves. Look at this guy. Tony alludes to being Joey's uncle and asks one last time. Where's my van? The Ninja Toidles crash through the wall in a van that is decidedly not the Toidle van. Yeehaw! Get ready, dudes. What? I feel like this panel was supposed to come on the other side of the page. Here's a game I find myself playing in some of these panels throughout this comic, though. Which Ninja Toidle is speaking? What's your guess? Raph? Leo? I'd say Leo just because he's the leader. Also, look at these designs. They look like Mad Magazine parodies. The team explodes from the van, which careens into boxes and barrels. Are we supposed to infer that Tony Soprano is Vito then? Well, I'm just gonna keep calling him Tony. Tony can't believe it! Toidles! And he promptly dies from the shock, keeling over and trapping Joey under his tremendous girth as the Toidles go to work on the rest of the gang. Wow, this art is tremendous, but the scales on the figures are whacked. How big are the Toidles supposed to be in comparison? What I find really great about this mistake in the character model one previously is that when you're drawing a comic in the same characters over and over and over and over again, once in a while you're going to end up with a frame that isn't quite up to snuff. And it's okay, especially if you're working on a schedule. Joey can't breathe as the barrels filled with gasoline catch fire. The Toidles seem disappointed as the thugs flee the inferno engulfing the warehouse. Hearing Joey's gasps for help, the Toidles use the power of science to create a lever and pull Joey free. Hey, Fulcrum, I was right. They get him out just in the nick of time. The Toidles flee the scene of the crime, having successfully accomplished... who the f*** knows? Leaving Joey, I swear at some point I'm going to accidentally call him Jimmy, with the start of a healthy case of severe psychological trauma. What? Apparently Mick here is kicking himself for not spending ungodly amounts of money he doesn't have to purchase this franchise in an attempt to appeal to a boy demographic and then promptly run it into the ground at a speed that would make the dinosaurs wince again.
But officer, it's the truth. You see, it was these Toidles.
Yeah, sure, boyo. Tell it to the boys downtown. I added the boyo. And probably the accent. The rat is laughing at him. Screw you, Mickey!
Toidles! I hate toidles! Even more than Brussels sprouts!
I hope we are feeling better today. Joey is locked up in a loony bin as his Dr. Fritz comes in to check on him, looking a bit unusual. What is it with me having to do German accents all of a sudden recently? Man, I always loved this image. The shadows are awesome. The doctor administers some Rorschach tests, which drive Joey into a frenzy, and the doctor and his underlings leave him to his craze. It's fairly simplistic, but I love this top-down shot. The doctor says Joey is suffering from toidal delusions, and mentions that he's becoming increasingly violent. Jeez! This guy looks like a toidal even in his human form. Randy called. Before taking his leave for the night, he tells Durwood to up the shock therapy on Joey. Doc heads home to have dinner with his beautiful bride when he receives a telephone call from Durwood, saying that Joey has escaped. Nah, Daffy. Out in the streets, a nightmare world awaits Joey. Oh look, these toidles are small too. Is Joey supposed to be enormous? Let's take a second to peruse this image. This punk rock guy is pretty awesome. You know, pre-2016, I was aware that Trump was in entertainment in different places, but it's only recently that I've noticed how much he's in things. What is going on back there? Who's he flashing? How do the nipples work? Joey freaks and tears off down the street, knocking people over as a cop takes notice. Jeez, kid. Another dude with a dog. Down an alley, Joey fights to catch his breath as two patrol cars catch up to him, boxing him in. God, stupid rat again. Just come along quietly, boyo, and no one will get hurt. Different cop, I just wanted to say boyo again. I dig this action shot of Joey flipping back and forth. He grabs a trash can lid and hurls it at the cop car. And even as a kid, I think I thought this was some kind of bizarre Captain America reference. Gah! Who's Randy? I do like the idea that the penciler took a message while he was working, and to give his roommate the note, he just put it in the comic. He hurls the rest of the trash can next and bounds over the wooden fence as the cops struggle to go after him. What is this pose? Later, at Soldier of Discount, blowout sale, half off hand grenades. Is that Eastman and Laird, the Ninja Turtles creators? Is that a hooker? I love the dummies. Patron saint of firearms. Joey's like a kid in a candy store as he smashes the clerk's face into the counter and then closes up shop for lunch.
Toidles. I hate toidles. Even more than Brussels sprouts.
Meanwhile, Dr. Fritz has gone on television on a sort of Morton Downey Jr. show, I guess. There's a reference the kids won't get. They discuss the trend of homicides plaguing the city over the last few weeks by the killer the media has dubbed the Toidlenator. I'm sorry, the Turtlenator. The doc says it must all stem from an unhappy childhood. Elsewhere in the Toidle lair, Master Splinter, woof, not my favorite version, is telling his students that there is only one way this maniac can be avoiding the cops, and Leonardo, the best Toidle, suggests that Joey is using the sewers. This has to be Raph doing pull-ups. I love the form on him. A lot of solid drawings in this comic. Sometimes just a simple, well-executed pose is a lot of fun to just stare at. Hey, Roachmill! Man. No love for Garfield. How are comics allowed to get away with this type of thing? Like, you can't realistically say it's parody, because it's just straight up Garfield stabbed in the back. Do you have to get permission to put things like this in? Splinter tells him he's correct, and Raph says he's ready. Leo suggests that they're safe here at home, and how it would be near impossible to discover their... Knock, knock! Man, this face is something out of The Secret of Nim. Nightmarish. Holy f***, that place is destroyed. The Doctor blames a tolerant society that glorifies violence in movies, television, and comic books. As they always do. Mikey? Donnie? Chokes on the dust of the destruction, and Joey offers something to clear his throat. Joey's hit in the back as Raph lets fly with one of his sai. Hey. And then the other one. Raph launches into a flying kick to the face as, Mikey? Donnie? Sweeps Joey's leg, sending him to the ground.
Awaken, Leonardo. Your brothers need you.
Master Splinter, are you okay?
I am fine. Quickly, go help your brothers.
Oh man, you see? Leonardo is a true hero. He just took a direct friggin' blast to the hammock, and the first thing as he gains consciousness is to find out if others are injured. Brings a tear to my eye, man. Leo reaches for his sword.
I will not fail.
Joey launches into the air, dual wielding knives in a bloody rage. When across the room, Leo launches into the air as well, slashing Joey's blades in twain. Really, Leo could have cut him down in that instance if he really wanted to. I guess since they're heroic good guys, they would want to take him in for an arrest. Joey lands on Raph and, Mikey? Donnie's feet, and they heave Joey across the room, crashing into the rubble. What the f***? Splinter looks like he's just chilling watching TV while all this is going on around him. You know, get up, pal. But the doctor gives an important clue that he believes Joey sees everyone around him as toidles. Aha! So it was Mikey and Raph. They help Donatello out of the debris as Joey interrupts this regularly scheduled program. For blood!
Let's nail that psycho guy!
The tables have turned as Joey takes Splinter hostage, and the wizened old master realizes this may be his one chance to end this. Splinter tells his sons that they must do as Joey says and welcome their brother.
Brother, I ain't no stinking toidle.
And Splinter starts to use an old ninja mind trick on him. What's your favorite color? Beige. Splinter says he is most definitely a toidle and tells him to look into the mirror to see for himself. Go! Backwards writing. Ha! Joey's psyche can't take another blow like this. And the comic gets real dark, real quick. But I love this panel. You have 4 individual shots with 1 line of dialogue each, and you could totally tell the personality of each toidle and who is talking. No, don't! He's lost it. Ooh, I can't look.
This is gonna be messy.
A somber air falls on the ruined lair as the Morton Downey type ends his show. Be here for tomorrow's show when we'll tackle the ever-controversial topic of hoaxes. Fact or fiction? We'll dig out the truth behind Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti. Yeti? Holy sh**! Ah! That's a hell of a coincidence. Unless you somehow knew, and this was all just a clever ploy to get me to advertise your channel. Well, there you go, Yeti of YetiCast. Go check him out, folks, and subscribe to his channel. And even New York's own rash of mysterious turtle sightings. So until we meet again, remember, everybody, you are what you watch. Book 32, August 1990. Out now! And done. I think this book is, for the most part, pretty masterfully done. The inking is great, and the style is fun to look at. It's kind of a weird story since most of it is from the perspective of the villain and you need to just go with a couple of leaps for his motivations to work, but overall it's a lot of fun. Is there anything I can take away from this comic to apply to my own comic? Some of the uses of blacks maybe. Mostly I just need to feel more free to be looser with the art and have fun with it. But then again, not to the point where it ends up reminding me of a Mad Magazine parody. I want to check out Roachmill now, just to see more from these guys. And that's it, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Yeti, for the suggestion.
Turtles! This is Sugar Lips!
If you want to check out snippets from my own cartoony sci-fi comic series, Smacked in the Head the Animated Series, hopefully crowdfunding soon, there's a link in the description below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Shredder! You idiot!